my god. Are we am I going to call the SOS again? Really?
And if we fall, we'll get back up. When we fall, we'll try again.
So, welcome to the podcast, Joshua.
Yeah. Hi, Aaron.
I'm so excited to see you and to talk with you.
Yeah.
And I love your picture.
Yeah, my picture. Yeah, that just it was the photo I took it in Sierra session. Yeah, that is just before the Mule Pass. Yeah.
This was taken in 2020, right?
Yep, this year.
Okay.
Last year.
Yeah. It happens so fast.
Yeah.
How did you take it? I mean, not how did you take it, but how did you take it? It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I took this picture with my big camera because I took the mirrorless camera with two set of lenses. One is the wide lenses, the 1635, and then another one is the 7200. So because I hiked the trail last year as well, and I saw a lot of people posting their photos in the social media regarding their journey on PCT. But I want to make some um, special one. I want to clearly and precisely present how beautiful is the trail to the people who want to hike the trail. So that is one of my aim to hike the trail as well.
You did a stunning job. For the people who are actually listening to this, I will post on socials the picture, I think, because I think you've posted it on Instagram as well. But it is a stunning astrophotography picture in the Sierras with the Milky Way, right? That's
the Milky
what's
Way
in the back.
Yeah.
So it's the Milky Way, pretty clear, as well as all of
And
the stars in the sky. Oh, and then the tent.
My tent.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. That is a great picture, Joshua.
Yeah, but that is quite depending on the time frame, because you know that when you see the moon rise, you couldn't see or shoot the Milky Way simultaneously. So that is quite depending on the time you arrive Sierras. Yeah.
So what you're saying is that your timing was impeccable?
Yeah. So lucky.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky.
Yeah.
But going backwards, rewinding ourselves, you originally got onto the trail in 2019.
Yep.
But even before that, obviously, you had heard about the trail and set your sights on doing the trail. How did you hear about the trail? Because you're in Hong Kong, just to clarify for everybody.
Yeah, I'm a Hong Konger, and so for the foreign people like me, I'm not that familiar with the long distance hiking or what is through hiking. This kind of terms or names are totally new to me, and which is so fresh and so special to me until I did some research 2 years before, and I think the first concept relating to the PCT is the movie. Yeah, the movie Wow. I think maybe some people they don't like that movie. I know that some hikers they don't like that, but I have to agree that that movie inspired lots of people, probably outside the states, because people in the state, they probably are familiar with PCT, but for the foreign people like me, the movie is a new means, yeah, to the hikers outside the country. So apart from that, for my personal reason, after my graduation from the university, I want to do something that is totally unforgettable for my whole life, which means even I I I have to live this world tomorrow, but I still have something to remember. Something is memorable for my whole life, and then I decided to do this thing. Yeah, but in 2019, it's turned out that the story is really unforgettable for my whole life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
It was a big one.
Yeah.
Had you done much hiking before you stepped on the
mm,
trail?
um. Yeah. Before hiking the trail, actually, I love trail running. So I did some trail running in Hong Kong as well, and maybe some um long distance in Hong Kong. It could be like we are using kilometers,
Mm-hmm.
so it would be like 60 some miles. So it would be
Okay.
100 kilometers. Yeah, the 100 kilometers competition. So I participate in that kind of trail running competition for several times. But that is the longest trail in Hong Kong, 100 kilometers, which means 60 some miles. But for the non distant, like 2,600, something like that, that is, yeah, totally different concept.
Yeah, when I think of Hong Kong, I think of an island, but I don't
Mhm.
think of much. And grant you, I don't know basically anything about Hong
Mhm.
Kong itself, but I don't think of much hiking or nature or even trail running really. So I'm surprised to hear that.
Yeah, that is yeah, in Hong Kong, the nature and the city is really close. So people can go to the trail or mountains in a short time, or that is quite convenient for us. But that kind of trail is totally different from the backcountry. Yeah, the backcountry in the States. So yeah, even the gears, the preparation for the hiking in Hong Kong and in the state, or yes, which means in the PCT is totally different.
How did you prepare your gear? Did you just get your gear when you got to the States, or did you get your gear in Hong Kong and
Yeah, I probably did and prepared all of the gears in Hong Kong, because I have to order the gears, and then I have to try it in Hong Kong for several times. At least I need to know how to use the tents and use the stove. So I ordered all the hiking gears in the state, and then it shipped it to Hong Kong, and then I brought it
then you
back
carry
to
it
the
back
States.
across?
So that's just a big logistic stuff for me. Yeah, actually, for the foreign people who want to hike the trail, the logistic issue is a little bit different, and yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's not only getting the gear, like you
yeah,
said, but you also have a 6-month window because you've got the visa.
yeah,
If something goes wrong, you have nobody that you can just pick up a phone and call
yeah,
because you have nowhere to go off the trail per se.
yeah.
Um,
It's
and
another kind of challenge.
yeah, it's a group of challenges that living in the States you don't think
Hmm.
about.
Yeah,
You take it for granted that you can just pop off the trail, pop back on again.
yeah. I'm so envy. Yeah, especially I could talk about a little bit more about the visa one.
Mhm.
Because I know that this podcast maybe most of the audience they are from the state. So if for the people like me from the foreign country from Hong Kong, we need to get the um traveling visa for 6 months. But the visa is just like um you you get the entrance. But um the most important part is that when you arrive the airport, yeah, um the custom they lead you to explain, and like explain how much do you have, is that good enough for you to stay for half years, and then what is your main purpose. Oh, because some custom the custom officer, they may not know what is PCT. Yeah, so when I enter the state, I enter the airport, I have to clearly explain to them that the PCT is 2,653 miles trail, and then it probably takes me around 6 months to finish the whole trail. So I have to print out all the stuff that even the PCT map, yeah, for them to understand clearly what is going on.
You have to prove to them that
Yeah,
there's a reason why you need 6
yeah,
months.
yeah. Yeah, I know that some people they may meet some good custom officer, and they may ask for 7 months. Yeah, it is
Oh,
doable. Yeah, it's doable, but yeah, it depends.
you're all dependent upon the person you get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, what happens at the Canadian border? Can you get, I guess, that visa or whatever? Can you enter and go into Vancouver?
You mean this year?
Yeah.
No, because this year the Canadian
Oh,
border,
that's right.
yeah, because of the pandemic, and they are closed for almost everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess to not foreshadow it, and not to give away the ending of 2019, but in 2019, was your plan to go across the border and into Vancouver,
um,
or did you have to
not
like circle
really.
back?
Um, I I probably want to get into the Canadian border last year, but because the application process is a little bit complicated, because you couldn't apply for the permission into the Canadian border before half years.
Right.
So you probably have to start up your journey for a little bit, maybe for 1 or 2 months, and then you have to apply for the for the border permission. So I haven't um yeah
You
yeah
haven't had to really think
yeah
about it, so to speak.
yeah.
Um, how was it for you in
Mhm,
2019? You're starting in the desert,
mhm.
which is a new experience for you as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
uh,
absolutely. Yeah, in
how?
2000 yeah. Yeah, in 2019, I started my journey at the Mexican border, and that is the desert session. And I had a lot of um wonder and questions about how the desert is, because in my concept the desert is like very dry and really hot, with a lot of sand. But after hiking for almost 2 months in the desert, I realized that the desert in the Southern California is a little bit different from my concept, because I started in the late March. So the weather was good, and it was pretty nice that it was not as hot as the people said. So, and a lot of flowers, a beautiful flower in the desert. I love it. And then um yeah, the desert is much better than my conception.
But
Yeah.
in 2019,
Yeah.
it was a heavy snow year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you were there and it was super blooms,
Yeah.
but in 2020, not so much.
Yeah. A big difference indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, I'm sure you noticed the difference
Yeah.
between the two, but in that, did you feel lucky to have been there in 2019 and seen all the
The snow.
flowers?
Yeah. In 2019, yeah, everyone knows that it was the big snow year. I
Yeah.
remember that it was like 170% of the snow comparing to the average year. And yeah, the snow, yeah, it was beautiful, but not good for hiking. Absolutely. And it was horrible, and it was tough for the hikers to get through the Sierras. And then yeah, that is why I have another story. Yeah, in the
Yeah.
Sierras. Yeah, I could share it later. Yeah, but for the desert one, I think the high snow year probably provide a better hiking environment in the desert because the weather it was much colder, and then yeah, a lot of water.
Which is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, because people generally said that you have to carry how many liters of water, like 4 to 5 liters of water in the desert session. But for me, generally, I just carry like 2 liters of water every day.
Wow.
So I almost I never carry more than like 4 liters of water a day. So yeah, we were so lucky.
Yeah, definitely. But as you mentioned, on the flip side of that, like when
Yeah.
you got up to San Jacinto
Mm-hmm.
and Idlewild, there was snow.
Yeah.
But luckily, I
Yeah.
think you had micro spikes.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Because yeah, you know that that is the miles 168,
Yeah.
and that is the miles before Idlewild. It probably it was the first pond for the PCT hiker um who met who hike on the snow. The first part you will meet up with the snow session. And uh, last year I went back to Idlewild, the post office, to pick up my microspike. Yeah, and then yeah, for the safety. And then I realized that when I hiked it with some companions on that session, the miles 169, and then I realized that there were two hikers ahead of me who slipped it um with the ice loop, and they
Hmm.
slip all the way down to that slope. And yeah, that moment was pretty horrible, and it really reminded me that yeah, safety first and make the wise decision, because yeah, the snow could be dangerous for the people. And if the people I think most of the hiker they may see the news this year as well. In the I remember that it should be like early or mid of March. Yeah, there was another tragedy
Yeah.
happens around that area this year as well.
Yeah. It's a dangerous area, um, both because of the trail, but because I don't think people are generally expecting snow
Yeah,
and have to worry
and
about snow.
yeah, and at that point, I really learned um a lesson from that session, because you know that some people there are lots of discussion on the internet, in the Facebook group, and people may talk about oh, you don't need the microspike, you just need your trekking bow, that is good enough for hiking through that session. And yeah, there are lots of different discussion on the internet, but um the most important point is that for me, I won't trust the discussion on the internet for a lot, because you never know that hikers are they experienced in the snow, or they are just the beginner like me.
Right.
So yeah, you have to really make a good and wise decision on the trail.
Did you, so if I'm understanding you correctly,
Hmm.
you basically got off trail, went to Idlewild, got your microspikes, and then came back and hiked through?
No, I got my microspike in the Paradise Cafe. I hitched to the Idlewild post office, and then I hitched back to the Paradise Cafe.
Okay.
Is that Paradise Cafe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And then I went through that session, and then miles 169, and then San Jacinto, and then back go back down to the Idlewild again.
Okay. Did
Yeah,
you
it
do
was a
this? Go.
it was a beautiful time. Yeah, I love it.
Particularly with your microspikes.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you do the same thing this or in 2020?
You mean the
Have the have the microspikes with you when you went through that section?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Yeah, I spoke with Trevor's father, or Microsoft's
Mhm,
father,
mhm.
last year, and Doug was talking about
Yeah,
literally that very mile,
yeah,
and how random the accident is, but how dangerous the area is.
yeah. That session, is notorious.
Yeah. It's funny though, because I've now had literally two people like you and literally somebody I spoke to just before you,
Mm,
who literally mentioned the exact same mile
mm,
marker. It's
yeah,
that infamous at this point.
yeah.
When you kept going up, when you kept hiking in
Mhm,
2019, it seemed like you were doing good.
yeah,
Like things were working,
yeah.
you know,
Everything, yeah.
everything was going according to plan,
Mhm.
basically. And then Mount Whitney hit you.
Yeah, a
Um,
lot.
it
A
smacked
lot.
you. Were you having any problems with your feet before
Uh-huh.
Mount Whitney, or was it literally that day that did you in?
Probably it was after submitting Mount Whitney, I think. Yep. But for the exact what time I got the frostbite, because this story is it was about I got the frostbite after submitting Mount Whitney. Yeah, just let the audience know that what
Tell
we are
them the whole
going to
story.
talk about. Yeah. Yeah. So after submitting Mount Whitney, I went back to the Captree Meadows, and then I realized that some of yeah not some of almost all of my feet felt a little painful, and then some of them I felt numbness of them, and then even a little bit the purple color, the dark purple color,
Yeah.
with some pink one. But because you know that in the Sierras we always wore the socks, because to keep it warm, and yeah that is the main reason. And then I didn't check it a lot. I didn't always check with my feet, especially you are really tired when you are hiking on the trails. So yeah, until I checked them and I realized that something yeah wrong.
Very bad was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. A few episodes ago, I spoke to Mischief,
Mm-hmm.
and he talked about his frostbite from the AT, and
Mm-hmm.
he he said, and I'd actually already reached out to you, but he said you should talk to Joshua about it as
Mm,
well, because he
mm,
has his own little story to tell about
yeah.
frostbite. But you got lucky,
Yeah.
even though it cut short your hike
Mm-hmm.
essentially because you had to get off.
Yeah.
Um, but you got off in a fancy helicopter ride.
Yeah. The SOS.
The
Yeah, the
SOS.
Gami, in which,
Yeah.
yeah, it saved my life.
Yeah. But in conjunction with that,
Mm-hmm.
like it wasn't able to come immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is yeah, that is why it was the yeah, one of the most unforgettable and probably the most unforgettable incident in my whole life. And yeah, after submitting Mansweedy and I realized that I got a frostbite. And then because my companions they are the couples from Norway, and then they checked with me that how serious the frostbite was, and then they touched my toes, touch
Mm-hmm.
all my toes, and just I close my eyes, and then I have to guess which toes is it's the toes they touch, and then I answer almost I just answered three of them correctly. So which means most of my toes they were in numbness, and I couldn't yeah felt some of the feet.
Yeah. But you hadn't, up to that point, you hadn't been hiking with that couple, correct?
Um, we
You've been
hiked
hiking
it.
with Kevin.
Yeah, I hiked it with Kevin, and then we after like 2 days. I remember that is the entrance after Long Pine. The entrance after Long Pine, we hiked it with Kevin and the couples from Norway. Their name is Ellen and Daniel. So four of us hiked it together for almost 2 days. I remember 2 to 3 days until the month Whitney. And yeah, they are the good people. Yeah, it was so glad that they got my back, and then yeah, they comfort me, they calm me down, and then they even yeah use their Ellen, she even used her belly to keep my COVID. I couldn't believe that because all of my feet they were pretty cold at that moment, and we were just hiking on the snow, and then she told me that Josh yeah, take off your socks, and then just directly put my all my COVID into her belly. I couldn't yeah, I couldn't imagine that how cold yeah it was. But yeah, they did to keep my feet warm, and they do yeah, they did it pretty good.
It's it's so lucky. They obviously were familiar with snow travel and
Yeah.
snow injury
Yeah,
type of
they are really
thing.
experienced because
Yeah.
they told me that they are from Norway, and Ellen told me that she have a uncle who got the frostbite previously, but
Mhm.
it was unlucky that he he needed to do the amputation because of the frostbite. So she told me that this kind of frostbite could be urgent and dangerous. So you have to um, do the right thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of keep hiking until the next time, or going back to Nong Pine. Yeah.
And you, I mean, because there was a period of time when you were in the hospital initially
Yeah.
that you could have lost your toes.
Yeah, because yeah, the incident it was after I used the SOS service, and then the park ranger, because I have to connect with the park ranger, and then they told me that because the weather, um it it was not stable, so we couldn't send a helicopter to that area, because you know that the Capturing Meadows and Mount Whitney area is pretty high in high altitude,
Hmm.
so they couldn't send a helicopter in, and then I have to wait. And they told me that there's no ETA, there's no ETA, and it really shocked me that no ETA. Are you kidding me? Yeah, are you kidding? Because you know that the frostbite is you have to process and you have to do the treatment with the frostbite in a golden hours, probably like 24 hours. And then but when I was waiting in my own tent, I felt that the time seems that the time it was running out, keep
Yeah.
running out. And then I couldn't do anything about my frostbite with the yeah, I just keep it warm, put them in my sleeping bag, and yeah, just keep it warm, and that is what I could do with it, but not further treatment. So when I went to the hospital in Inyo, Southern Inyo Hospital, and then the the doctor he told me that he told me, Josh, your climbing days are over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really, yeah, it hits me a lot. Yeah, because I prepared this journey for a long time, and I didn't know that frostbite could be that dangerous and could be that um um that harmful or makes a great impact on my journey. Yeah, but it's glad that because I I I have some inspiration from my teachers. My teachers, she's the first woman who conquered the Mount Everest in Hong Kong. Yeah, the
Oh,
first woman.
wow.
Yeah, and she make his journey to Everest for almost 7 years. She did it in 7 years. She climbed Everest for 3 times, and then she finally make it. So it really inspired me that maybe sometimes you want to do some big journey or something that is memorable or unforgettable. You may need to do it, do the journey again, or yeah, that is kind a kind of the challenge to this kind of big journey, because there are lots of factors affecting your journey, like the weather, um yeah, your own ability, the luck, something like that. So his her story really um calmed me down a little bit at that moment. Yeah.
Well, and I would also assume that because it was touch and go as to whether or not they were gonna have to amputate,
Mm-hmm.
and then it all worked out and they didn't.
Yeah.
I would think at that moment you I think at that moment you sort of have a love-hate relationship with the PCT,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have the big thing that you want to accomplish.
Yeah. Yeah, because the doctor he told me that um the doctor in the state, he told me that Josh, you probably need to do the amputation, even
Mhm.
just a little bit, but you probably need to do the amputation. And then yeah, it really shocked me a lot, because I didn't realize that, oh my god, I need to do the amputation, are you serious? Yeah. And then even I back to Hong Kong, because finally after staying for a week in the hospital in the state, I went back to my country in Hong Kong, and then I went to the hospital. But the doctor, they also told me that I checked it with the some reference. Actually, the frostbite after 24 hours, there's nothing to do with it. There's nothing to do with it. So yeah, it hits me again. Yeah, because I I'm just wondering, is there anything, any treatment I could do with my frostbite? And then the doctor in Hong Kong and the doctor in the state, they both told me that nothing to do with it. Just keep it warm, keep it good, and that's just all. And then, yeah, but at that moment, my feet, they are just the skin of my toes, they became stiff, and they became hard. The skin, it was pretty hard, and even you touch it, you couldn't feel anything. Yeah, and the color was, it was bad because they from dark purple to a little bit red, and you couldn't know that are they going to recover or are they going to, yeah, amputate. So that kind of waiting, the waiting time, it was, yeah, it was hard because that is a lot of unknown in the coming days. Yeah.
When did you decide that you were going to do it again?
Yeah, um when I was in the hospital in the Southern Inyo hospital.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, when I was lying on the back in the hospital in Sierras, um actually, the doctor, he told me that, Josh, your coming day, yeah, is over. I
Mhm.
I already think of where is my um where is my next step, or yeah, when I will be back to finish the rest of the chill. Yeah, that's just, yeah, I probably need to do this. I told myself, yeah, I will do this. I will do this again. Yeah. So the story of 2020 actually, um yeah, that is impacted in, yeah, in 2019.
It's amazing how quickly you were able
Yeah.
to turn it around, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah, it took me like almost three 3 to 4 months for the whole recovery process. And then, yeah, it turned out that all my feet, they're good. And even the daughter, because I got the phone number of the daughter, and he told me that just keep me updated. So I sent him some picture, and he he was just amazed with my recovery process. And yeah, he told me that Josh, god god is with you. Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's watching out for you.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people, like you have Ellen and Daniel
Hmm.
who take care of you when you're up there.
Yeah.
You come down into the hospital.
Hmm.
The doctor is invested in you. He wants to know what happens to you.
Yeah.
You have, I think it was a nurse who also helped. And there were a lot of trail angels, trail magic happening for you
Yeah, I remember that.
in that.
Yeah, because you know that the emergency transportation service is really expensive in the state.
Mm-hmm.
Because the doctor, he told me that Josh, you probably need to um um being transported to another hospital, like the fire burn, the burn center, maybe in the big city in San Francisco or in Los Angeles. So he told me that you need to use the emergency transportation, but it may cost you a lot. But the nurse around me in the hospital, um, they they were so good that they told me that Josh, if you really need to go to that burn center, um, I'm going to off in the coming Friday, and I could take you to the hospital in the big city. So yeah, I I'm really feeling touching with all the kind help from these people, because they're the stranger. I'm the stranger to them. Yeah, but they did all the thing for me. And yeah, especially the nurse in the hospital, they take care of me very well. Yeah, and they know that I got the hiker hunger, and
Yeah. Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah, and all of my food, the food in the hospital, they remarked that Josh need the double portion, the double portion, the breakfast. I got two pancake instead of the one. So yeah, they're good. They're amazing.
When you got home
Mm-hmm.
and you already knew that you were going to do it again,
Mm-hmm.
but this time you convinced your girlfriend
Yeah.
to go with you.
Yeah. That's just another
How
another
did you
journey.
do that?
Yeah. Yeah, the first reason it is my girlfriend actually she wanted to do the trail with me in 2019 as well. That is our first plan. But it it was unfortunately that she couldn't get her visa. Yeah, the traveling visa, because for a single woman from Asian country want to enter the state for half year or
Mhm.
even get the visa, not not we yeah, not about the time, just you want to get a visa. That is another kind of challenge. Yes, so it was unlucky that she couldn't get her visa last year, but this year I prepared with her with a lot of supporting document. I even chat with her for a lot of time, like what are they going to ask you? Yeah, you have to yeah, smoothly to answer their question, and then yeah, just for the well preparation. And it it was luckily that she got the visa this year. And then another point, it is she feels with me that the story, the chill angel, the good people on the show, and yeah, she wants to experience this kind of culture, the hiking culture in the state as well. But she is not as sporty as me. She is not doing any trail running or even the hiking stuff. But yeah, she decided to do that with me, and yeah, it amazed me a lot as well. Yes, some companion to hike the trail. That is totally different from last year, because I hike alone. Yeah, yeah, I hike alone last year, even with my best buddy Kevin. But it's still different, still different feeling. Yeah.
Well, it's like when you're hiking with Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
who you meet on the trail, like
Mm-hmm.
you're hiking together, but you're not hiking together. You know what I mean? Like you
Um.
guys can kind of do your own things
Yeah.
to some extent
Yeah.
versus you and your girlfriend's name is Ya, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You and Ya are together. Like you are
Yeah.
bound together on this trail.
Yeah. Yeah. That is totally different. That is why our chill name this year in 2020, our chill name is Duct Tape. Duct Tape, which
I
means
love it.
yeah, we are just like the Duct Tape hiking closely together and couldn't get rid of each other. And yeah, that is quite interesting. And yeah, you know that yeah, people, even the chill family, the chill members, they hiking together, but they are not really hiking closely with few feet. Yeah, so yeah.
Now, Ya was the duct and you were
Yeah.
the tape, right?
Yeah.
Like from a
Yeah.
trail name perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. And lots of hikers, when we introduced this name to other hikers, and they were just wondering, that tip, is that one name or two name? And they, when they realized that, oh, that's just two name, and they all told us that, yeah, your name is so interesting.
It's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
on many different levels, not the least of which is you guys sticking together.
Yeah.
Pun
Yeah.
intended.
Yeah. And I realized that maybe that is the kind of um the difference in the culture as well, because I saw some of the couples, or um yeah, the couples, when they were hiking on the trail together. Yeah, some of them even hiking a little bit apart, maybe like
Mhm.
half miles, and then yeah, they join each other in the next water pond. So yeah, but for us, yeah, we love to stick with each other, especially, yeah, maybe sometimes she may um yeah, feel lost, or get tired, and then I could wait for her. So yeah, a better mutual support and mutual help on the trail.
Yeah. Coming back to the trail, did it feel familiar? Like you get to the desert again and you've done it.
Yeah.
You know it.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, meeting the first rattlesnake
Uh-huh.
was 2019. So now
Yeah.
you're back, you meet it, you're like, okay, that's just a rattlesnake.
Yeah, yeah, that feeling, it was a little bit touching. And um it was still fresh to me, because after a year, and in my mind, I was wondering for the chill condition for a lot of time. I just missed the chill a lot. And then after back to the chill, the feeling and the emotion, it was a little bit different, because the weather is hot. And yeah, and it was tough. Yeah, it was tough, and I have to get used to the hiking mode again.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I love everything on the trail, even in the desert, the wild animals and the beautiful sunset, sunrise. But yeah, we have to get used to the hiking mode again, because it was tough for me, and even it was tough for my girlfriend. Yeah, so yeah, in the first few weeks, she felt um pretty sad and disappointed on the trail, because yeah, it was tough, especially in the midsummer.
Right, because in 2020, you guys started in May?
Yeah, May, the mid, almost the 20th of May.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was really
so
late.
yeah, it was
Really
late.
hot.
Yeah, in the desert.
Yeah. What what made you guys decide to or to start so late?
Yeah, because our first plan was started in the mid-April, in the Mexico border. But you know that the pandemic and the,
Ah,
yeah, it affects us a lot, and then we have to cancel. Actually, we we cancel our plane ticket in in the mid of April. Yeah, but after a lot of discussion, and we we decided to give it a go, and then we decided to start in the 20th of March, which is similar like our first plan, which
mm.
we may walk until like 400 500 miles. Yeah, in the desert.
And once you guys started, you started at the
Mhm.
southern terminus
Uh-huh.
and you just went straight up. You didn't do any sort of flip-flopping?
Actually, this year we started in Action, the KOA, the Action.
Okay.
Yeah, we started from Action and then all the way to Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, our first plan, it was, we want to do flip back to finish the rest of the trail, the first 700 kilometers, yeah, which means 400 miles in the from Action to the um Mexican border. But it was so unfortunately that that the fire in California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but for me, yeah, I still did the whole thing. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes after this journey, I think there is one lesson I learned from the PCT is that it is not about your own ability. It is not about how good you are in hiking or um how strong your ability is. It is all depending on the mother nature. Yeah, the mother nature lets you to finish the trail instead of your own ability.
Hmm. So for you, does it feel like you've completed the trail?
Yeah, when I tagged the Canadian border, yeah, I cried a lot in the terminus because I think it seems that there is something satisfied, and a lot of burden I put on myself finally they're gone. Yeah, I finished my goals in the past 2 years, and then yeah, that is why I was so touching at that moment. So yeah, it is kind of my dream and a big accomplishment in my life.
When you had initially said that you were going to do the trail, it
Mm-hmm.
was to accomplish something big
Mm-hmm.
and then get on with the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Did it satisfy that, or did it just open the door to needing to do more big things?
Yeah. Yeah. Another point is that after hiking the trail, I think it is um a kind of the general emotion for the PCT hikers or even the hikers in who hike the AT or CDT. You may feel a little bit lost com- after completing the long journey, and you have to get used to the civilization and the city life, and then yeah, it probably makes me feel a little bit lost after the
Mhm.
journey. But yeah, I know that I have to move on, and I probably may do another chill in the coming days. Yeah, for extending that kind of feeling. Yeah, I love that feeling. Enjoying the beautiful nature with the good people, with the chill angel, and then yeah, the journey is even it ends for a little bit, but I think it is just the gate the gate to another story.
Yeah. You are officially hooked. There's no getting away from it now.
Yeah.
When you guys were hiking in 2020,
Hmm.
you seem to have a motto,
Mm.
which was hike your own hike,
Mm.
live your own life.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Um. Yeah. You know that hike your own hike is a kind of traditional motto
Yes.
in yeah on the trail or in the non-distant hiking culture, and then after that we want to make something new motto that is belonging to ourselves, and then after hike your own hike, which is a kind of personal stuff. Even the hiking, you're hiking with a lot of people. You may meet a lot of people on the trail, but that is your own hike. So we want to extend um, that it is not about just about the hike, but that is a kind of the extract of your own life. So that is just the hike is just um one part of your own life. So we want to extend this kind of motto of this kind of culture, the mindset to our own life. So we finally make our own sentence, hike your own hike and live your own life. Yeah, which means we we bring this kind of culture and this kind of mindset on the trail to our own reality, to our own living style. Yeah.
And have you?
Yeah, probably.
Do you feel like you've been able to hang on to the culture of the trail, the the life that you were living out there, the person that you were out on the trail?
Yeah, that is yeah, just hike your own hike is something like um yeah, be true to yourself
Mm-hmm.
and not affecting by the people, not affecting by the opinion from the others. Just um do your own thing and make your own decision, your wise decision. And yeah, that is why I will not, after hiking the trail, people always talk about the ultralight stuff on the trail, you know that. And then after hiking in the for the for the past 2 years, and then I realized that hike your own hike is is true to the ultralight concept. And that is why because you there is no best gears for you. There is no best gear sorry, there is no best gears for everyone, but there is some
Mm.
best gears that it may fit your needs and it could be good for you. So yeah, just keep trying and yeah, keep trying and you will know that you will find out which gears is fit for your own needs. So it is similar like the concept hike your own hike. Yeah, just have your own lifestyle, your own gears. Yeah, instead of listening to the others, oh, this backpack is so ultralight, just buy it. So yeah, when I saw a lot of discussion on the internet right now, yeah, I realized that I did the same thing um as those people as well. But after hiking the trail, you realize that you have your own mindset and you have your own opinion towards this the gear stuff, the hiking style stuff. Yeah.
Talking about kind of hike your own hike,
Hmm.
in 2020 there was another moment where you almost had to uh, call use
Hmm.
the spot, call the emergency in
Mm,
because of Ya's
yeah.
ankle.
Yeah.
Um, but you didn't.
Yeah.
So, like, how did that go? What happened there?
mm. Actually, this story it was happened in Sierra's session, and it was happened around the Bear Creek, the Bear Creek,
Okay, yeah.
which which is the one of the notorious and dangerous creek in
Mhm.
Sierra session. And then yeah, she rolled her ankle before crossing the Bear Creek, and then she rolled her ankle with it back, and then her ankle is swelling. Yeah, it was swelling, and then she even felt a little bit numbness of her ankle,
Uh,
and then it was glad that I got the the nickel tap, and then I just used the tap to um help stabilizing her ankle. And then because the difficult point it was we were 2 days after the tan, 2 days after the tan, and we we are 2 more days beyond the next tan. So we were kind of trapping between two two trailhead. So but we didn't have enough of food. We didn't have enough of food to hike for 1 or 2 more extra days, because you know that she rolled her ankle, and then she probably needs some time to need more time to finish the chill. Um, let's say we may do like two 2 point some miles for an hour, but after she rolled her ankle, we just did like one, yeah, probably
Yeah.
1 miles an hour. So yeah, it hurt her a lot, this accident. And then even, yeah, my first thought, it was, oh my god, are we am I going to call the SOS again, really? Because you know that you're trapped in the center, in the Sierras, and there is no exit, there is no trailhead that is close to you. But
Yeah.
you know that in Sierras, the elevation change is keep going up, going down, going up, going down. So it it could be hard for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but it was pretty glad that she felt much better and much better after resting for half day. Yeah. And then we did all the thing to keep keep her ankle much more better. But it was so horrible that she rolled her ankle, but she she needed to cross the Bear Creek. Yep. Yeah, and then you know that the Bear Creek is divided into the upper Bear Creek and the lower Bear Creek. So she had to cross the creek with the cold water for twice, with her um rolled ankle. So it was tough, but yeah, it yeah, this is what you're going to encounter on the trail, some
Yeah.
difficulties, some emergencies. So you have to figure it out. So finally, we were so glad that she she was going much better, and then we don't need to call the use the SOS again. But the rolling ankle actually following her for a long time. Even after that incident, she rolled her ankle in Sierras and in North California for almost 4 to 5 times, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
because yeah, it is not as stable as before. Yeah.
Did she get any sort of brace for it, or did you just kind of tape it up, or
She yeah, she just I just used the nickel tape to tape it up for several
Mhm.
run to keep it stable. And then um we hand up her leg for a little bit, just put it put it on your backpack for the whole
Yeah.
night, so to keep the swelling as less as possible. So it turns out it worked. Yeah, but not really a good recovery, just for the emergency use.
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I realized that on the trail, when you when you have some incident or accident like this, like the rolling ankle, it yeah, it was horrible, because you couldn't recover from the rolling ankle in a short time. It probably may take you a lot of time. And for her, maybe she is still young, so the recovering process and the speed is much better. But yeah, if for the people a little bit older, it probably may take a longer time for better recovery.
Well, and as you pointed out,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have the extra food.
Mm-hmm.
So you through hikers don't carry a good medical kit,
Yeah.
and you're stuck in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and you don't have extra food to be able to say, you know what, we're going to stop for a day and, let you recover, let you rest, keep it elevated, so forth. Um,
Yeah.
you don't have that luxury.
Yeah, because you know that in the Sierra session you probably take like 6 to 7 days of food. I remember that
Mhm.
it was one of the longest stretch in Sierras or in the whole PCT. So we didn't have enough of food. We just yeah keep it just keep your food portion, your lunch or your dinner portion in a small portion for tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, it it was it was tough. It was tough for us at that moment. And yeah, so we learned a lesson that always bring much more food
Did you
instead of
guys
yeah.
did you guys bring more food going forward, or
Yeah,
additional food?
we probably bring like half day of food because you know that in Sierras you have to carry the bear canister.
Mm-hmm.
So our bear canister it it was full already. Yeah, for that stress, so we couldn't put much more food or much more snack into the bear canister. So it probably the the capacity is like 7 days. I remember the for the bear canister.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
How were the river crossings for you guys?
Yeah, the river crossing. For this year, because you know that it was not the high snow year, so the water level it was not that bad. Yes, so we could cross it safely.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have to carry her backpack, and then went to the another another of the river, and then I went back to carry all my stuff, and then just like the porter, yeah, to move those gears to another way of the creek. So yeah, but um yeah, she's tough. She still make it. She still make the river crossing safely, and then she still make all the way to Canada.
Yeah, no, she's hella tough. There you have I think you have a picture of her, which is early on in the desert still, where she is unhappy.
Yeah,
She is
yeah,
not having fun.
yeah, yeah. I remember that. That after that picture, I took that picture. She told me that what am I doing? What am I doing in the desert? Because that is the first few days in on the PCT, and yeah, maybe the PCT um it was a little bit different from her dream and from her from her first thought. Yeah, it could be beautiful, a lot of good people, but under the pandemic there was no people in the first few days. just
Yeah.
just you and me. So yeah, it was so different.
Yeah. Did you, because you guys had to hike and chose to hike so close together,
Hmm.
I would guess that there were times when you guys were sick of each other.
Hmm.
Like you were like, I need a little space.
Yeah. Yeah, probably it I remember that it probably happened um in the Oregon and the North not probably in the Northern California session, because in the Northern California session you knows that it is a big job done from from the Sierra session. Yeah, even for the will or for your own emotion, it 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 was a big job done from the Sierra, from the sky like this. Yeah, the dark nights in Northern California, it was still pretty good. It was still good, but for the day nights, the will it was it was good. It was fine. Yeah,
It was,
so
yeah, that's probably
yeah,
a good description of it. It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, so for us in that session, our emotion changed a lot, and sometimes we both wanted to hike our own pacing, because after almost almost maybe like thousand thousand miles, something like that. Yeah, we became much more independent. Yeah, and sometimes we wanted to hike our own pacing. Yeah, so um we still started together, but sometimes we may hiking we may hike apart for a little bit, but for the lunch or for the rest, yeah, we still um stick with each other.
I I'm gonna segue on your comment about lunch,
Uh-huh.
because in the first season in 2019, your trail name was North Face Tortilla,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah, because in 2019 my trail name is North Face Tortilla, because I was wearing a lot of North Face stuff. Yeah, that is the first part of my name, and the second part is because I was really fresh and new in this day. And then I remember that there's another hiker called Sach, and then he told me that oh, this is the tortilla. Do you want to try it? Because I'm so I'm so interesting. What kind of food, yeah, is that? And then
Mhm.
after after hiking for few months, I realized, oh my god, the tortilla is um is the most general food, or and the, yeah, the most popular food in the state, in the southern part of the state as well. But I still love it because it provides me a lot of energy, and I I get used to put a lot of peanut butter, a lot of snacks, or the nuts into it. And yeah, even when I left the state like 2 months ago, I still bought a pack of tortillas back to Hong Kong, back to Hong Kong. Yeah, so for the souvenir and for my own, yeah.
I mean, the tortilla is like the perfect vehicle, because you can slather
Yeah,
it with peanut butter and what have you, or
yeah,
you can load it up with fruits and nuts and cheese and that, or
yeah.
you
It's
can
so versatile.
Are you able to find tortillas in Hong Kong?
um, it is not as common as in the state, but maybe some supermarket I may still find the tortilla in Hong Kong, but yeah, that is not so popular in Hong Kong. But
Mhm.
still, yeah, I still could find it. Yeah, but that is different because I couldn't eat that much of tortilla and the peanut butter in Hong Kong because I'm not hiking for a long time a day right now. So yeah, it probably is not heavy for me.
The tortilla is a special food when you do long hikes.
Pardon?
The tortilla is the special food for when you do long hikes.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure if it was you or if it was Ya who said this, but I love this quote from you guys of
Mhm.
every encounter of the footpath is a fate.
Mhm. Mm. Yeah.
Where did that evolve from? Where did that come from?
Yeah, because especially in the later parts of our hike, probably is in Oregon and Washington parts, we realized that quite a lot of people they may quit the trail because of lots of reason. Yeah, or yeah, a lot of reason they quit the trail or they flip up to another pond on the trail. So we both realized that sometimes you when you meet up with some hikers and when you could hike with them for few hours or even 1 to 2 days, that is not a must. Yeah, that is some some fate. Yeah, that is some fate to make you and this guy or these hikers to meet up with each other to share with your own story with others. So we both believe that yeah, that is some fate in our hiking. Sometimes you are so you're getting along with that group or some hikers, but you realize that after few days, oh, where are they? And they may pass you for for long distance as well. And then some people you want to get along with them. You guys are really um knowing each other really well, but they couldn't keep up with you, and you still have to hike your own hike because of your,
Yeah.
yeah, because of your own goal and our visa limit.
Hmm.
We couldn't keep up with others. So yeah, that is why yeah we think yeah that is kind of love, kind of the luck and the fate on the trail.
What did fate bring you?
What did fate bring me? Probably bring me to the Canadian border.
Nice answer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just one of my main goal of the journey. And the fate, yeah, I think the fate is that led me to know about a lot of kind people on the trail, a lot of um different culture in the state, which impressed me a lot. Yeah, because like in Hong Kong, yeah, just in Hong Kong, there is no chill angel. Yeah, there is no there is no people may treat some stranger like them. Yeah, treat the stranger as their family members, as their good friends, as their dear. So I love that kind of feeling, being care. And yeah, that is important to the foreign hikers like us, because there is another story. When we were in Northern California, as I said before, there was a big drop down in emotion and the whales,
Mhm.
and we both felt pretty sad at that session, because no whales and no people, because a lot of hikers, because of different reasons, they may flip up, or yeah, a lot of reasons. So we generally saw just few hikers a day, like 2 to 3 hikers a day. And then but it was glad that there was another 2 hikers from last year, I met in last year, and they came for us. They came for us, and then they they became a chill angel for taking care of us really well. And then yeah, we were so touching, and being being care, it it make us a little bit, we boost our emotion, and we boost our energy to move on. So yeah, I love this kind of feeling. Yeah.
There are good people in the world,
Yeah. Especially on the trail.
especially on the trail. Yeah. I wanted to, let's see, where is it? You have a quote.
Mm-hmm.
The gold is not going to Canada. The gold is to tell the story to Canada.
Yeah.
Do you still kind of feel in that space that it's about the story of the journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. After um that is a little bit different. Between tagging the terminus, I always think of the terminus because I even got the terminus like
Ah,
this.
oh, where'd you get that?
That's just the gift from she made it for me.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, the terminus it was important and vital to me um before finishing the whole trail. But um after completing the whole journey, you probably may realize that yeah, the distance um is not that it's not that important because no one will check with you how many miles you did, and oh, you missed that part, you missed 2 miles in Southern California, or you missed 100 miles in Northern California. No one will check that with you, and it is all about your own story. It is all about what you learned from the journey instead of the miles. So yeah, telling the story to the Canada, I think that is much important than tagging the terminus. But that is after the journey. Yeah, that's just the feeling I got after the journey. Before the journey, I'm still going all the way to Canada.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before the journey, it's tagging Canada,
Yeah.
tagging the
But
terminus.
after that, because maybe you're already a little bit satisfied with this goal, so yeah, your mindset probably may change after the journey. But yeah, I couldn't feel with this sentence. The the goal is the goal is to tell the story
Yeah.
instead of going to Canada. I couldn't really feel with, because this sentence is Scout and Freudos. They told all the hikers before the PCD hike, and then yeah, I realized that I really feel with this sentence after the chill. Yeah, after the chill.
Oh, yeah. We learn so much about the journey
Yeah,
after the journey, like looking
yeah.
back on the journey.
So yeah, that is why yeah I would call this journey as the life changing journey indeed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it changed a lot, like the mindset. Yeah, how to think of the others, how to care about the others. Yeah.
I'm I'm going to pull out another quote from
Mm-hmm.
you. Um come on. Uh in the past 60 days of my journey, I met many firsts.
Mm.
The first time I set foot in the United States, the first time I watched LeBron James play basketball at Staples Center,
Uh-huh.
the first time I became genuine with foreigners, and the first time I was in trouble.
Mm. Hey, you translated pretty well.
Thank you, Instagram. I saw a rattlesnake for the first time. Many, many first.
Yeah.
These numerous experiences were things never imagined and witnessed my own growth.
Mm.
I love those words. They give me chills.
Thank you. Yeah, that's just um yeah, a kind of my deep feeling for the journey last year, because last year I went to the state for starting this hike yeah, for my own. And I hiked the trail alone, and then I ended the stay alone and watching the NBA games alone. So it's just, yeah, it is totally different um from from alone or with another companion. And yeah, it this experience is not only about the hiking, but the personal growth.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that we should?
Mm, let me think about it. Or do you have some question?
Um, but I have a few more questions
Yeah.
to finish up. But one of those questions is, where can people find you? Where should people find you to ask questions or to follow the continuing adventures of you?
Probably the Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where does your Instagram handle?
My Instagram is Joshua105, and then you will find me. Yeah, with
Perfect.
my personal icon.
Perfect. And all your beautiful photography.
Yeah, thank you.
So here's kind of my last question, because I'm
Mhm.
gonna let you go, since we're we're heading past an hour and a half at this point. But I saw this picture on
Mhm.
your Instagram feed and I just loved it,
Mhm.
because it was just so perfect. Do you remember this day
Yeah. Yeah.
with the bug net and the tortilla?
Yeah. Just this picture probably tell the whole story. Yeah.
That's kind of what I felt. Where was that?
It was in the Sierra session, because yeah, in the general year, people all mention about the bug or the ticks, the mosquito issue in the Northern California. But because maybe the snow this year, in the later part, almost the last part of the Sierra session, we encountered a lot of mosquito, the most mosquitoes in my whole life. I never experienced this kind of stuff in Hong Kong. And then yeah, so in the it probably before the Mammoth Lake, before the Mammoth Lake. And then yeah, but the mosquito annoyed us a lot, even for your own emotion. It is not about the hike. It just it probably may trigger your emotion because of the mosquito. They are really annoying. And then yeah, the wheels in that part, it was totally perfect and totally beautiful. Even like this wheel, they yeah, they were taken in Sierra. But the fact is that when you shoot that photo, or sometimes you may see a lot of good picture on my Instagram, but some of them may the back of the photo is it is another story. Maybe you you're with a lot of mosquito. So yeah, I love the Sierras, but yeah, the mosquito, yeah, it's it was horrible. The mosquito.
Yeah. And those mosquitoes will drive you crazy.
Yeah,
Them
probably.
chasing you, the sound of the
Yeah,
buzzing.
I don't know that why they're always just around your ears, and some of them even get into your ear hole. I couldn't figure out what is going on. So we have to keep the butlet on our head for a long day, and then sometimes you may feel hot about that.
Yeah. I
The
mean, because
butlet.
you're essentially, like in this picture, you're essentially eating. So you've got your bug net on over your face, over
Yeah.
your head, and then you snuck your hand underneath the bug net with a big full tortilla.
Yeah.
And you're eating lunch or dinner or whatever, essentially
Inside the
in your
net.
bug net. This is your way of staying
Yeah.
in the bug net.
Yeah. It could be pretty horrible that if you have if you are having your lunch without the bug net, you may easily it's with the mosquito in your tortilla because they may they may stick with the peanut butter, and then yeah, another kind of protein source.
Exactly. Extra protein.
Yeah.
When you think of your hikes on the PCT,
Mhm.
what is the memory that comes back to you? What is the image that comes back to you from that?
Mm. You mean that when I went back this year, or
Just in general, like right now, when I
Mhm.
say PCT,
Mhm.
like what's the image? What's the visual that floods
Mm.
your mind?
um probably is the people, the kind people on the trail, and then yeah, their action, their behavior, um teaching me that what is the I will call that a kind of unconditional care, unconditional love, or unconditional care. So that is my first thought to the PCT, the people with warm hearted, the people with kind health. And then another one for me probably is um the um the personal growth. Yeah, it probably deep rooted in my heart. And then this experience is, yeah, probably is unforgettable. Yeah. And it may become a kind of your motivation to do another thing when you, yeah, when I spent like 2 years for completing this journey. And then it teach me how to proceed on your own goal and proceed on doing something